You have to accept the traditions of the family you marry into. But what if the tradition is playing deadly games after midnight? Grace is a beautiful lady who is getting ready for the biggest day of her life. She's marrying her loving boyfriend Alex, who belongs to a rich family. They had come to his family house for the wedding ceremony. Alex has told Grace that his family Le Domas has some weird traditions, and she still has time to rethink her decision. Even if she wants to back off from the wedding, Alex will not stop her. But Grace has no doubt. She believes that Alex's super rich family must be far better than her foster home. Alex's older brother Daniel advises them to hurry and reach the front yard for the ceremony. Alex's mother Becky seems quite sweet and warmly welcomes Grace to her family, while his sister Emily and her husband Fitch give alarming vibes, but the weirdest one is Alex's widow, Aunt Helene. The wedding ceremony goes smoothly and they keep celebrating till sunset. The newlywed couple finally gets to their room and can't wait to show their love to each other. Unfortunately, their romantic night is interrupted by Helene, who reaches there through a secret door and calls them downstairs. Grace doesn't like it, but Alex explains that the house is full of secret doors that act as shortcuts for servants, and Grace will get used to them soon. For now, they must go downstairs for a special family tradition. They play a game at exactly midnight to welcome the new family member. Alex knows it sounds weird, but their family has a board games business, so it somehow makes sense. Grace doesn't think much, as she is willing to do anything to get accepted in the family. She walks downstairs and gets greeted by Becky and Emily. Becky is already fond of Grace, as she managed to bring Alex back home, who has been living away from his family for years. Emily puts her kids Georgie and Gabe to sleep so the elders can play the game peacefully. Alex's father Tony reminds everyone that it's already 11:55 p.m. and they must head to their special room. It's reserved only for the family members. Everyone sits around a big table while Tony explains the backstory of the tradition. His great-grandfather, Victor, opened a modest printing shop during the Civil War to manufacture playing cards. Several years later, the business expanded into sporting goods and boards and kept growing until now. Le Domas Family Games has acquired 4 professional sports teams and reached great heights. It's not just luck, but a blessing from someone. It all began when Victor was just a merchant living a hard life. On one of his trips abroad, he met Mr. LaBelle. He was a collector who liked buying exotic antiquities to resell to wealthy Americans. After discovering a mutual passion for games, Victor and LaBelle played cards for hours. Among Mr. LaBelle's possessions were a box. One night when LaBelle was drunk, he offered Victor a deal. If he could solve the mystery of the box before arriving at port, Mr. LaBelle would finance any of Victor's business. Victor took hours, but he succeeded, and since then the box became a part of family traditions. When a new member arrives, Le Domas puts a blank card in the box and lets the new member draw it back. They will play the game written on the card. Grace gladly takes the box and pulls out the card. She starts giggling on knowing that they will play hide and seek. However, the rest of the family seemed horrified by the game. But they don't say a word and start to count to 100 and instruct Grace to hide. She playfully gets in the hallway and finds a good place to hide. Meanwhile, Tony brings out different weapons and gives them to each member except Alex. Becky advises Alex to stay in the room till they finish the ritual, but Alex can't leave Grace in danger and sneaks outside. Meanwhile, Grace can't stay hidden all night and decides to come out. Suddenly, someone pulls her aside and takes her to a bedroom. It's Alex, and he wants to explain something. Suddenly, the maid comes into the room looking for the kids who got off from the bed. Grace hears a gunshot. It was Emily who shot the maid, assuming her to be Grace. Other members reach there too and act like it's not a big deal. After they leave, Alex grabs Grace's shoes and car keys and takes her to the secret passage. Alex explains that the tradition says if someone pulls the hide and seek card, then the family must kill him before dawn or something bad will happen to the family. Alex didn't know his family would actually start hunting Grace. He didn't stop her from playing because if the new member doesn't play the game, he dies mysteriously before the next morning. Alex really wanted to marry Grace, but he never wished her to draw the wrong card. But he will not let her get killed. He asks Grace to walk through the secret passage till she reaches the kitchen, while he's going to unlock the security system so Grace can get out of the house. Grace is trembling with fear but has no other option. She tears her dress to walk comfortably and reaches 2 similar doors. Unfortunately, she chooses the wrong one and encounters the killers. Emily excitedly shoots at her, but Grace succeeds in running away. She gets in the study and checks the doors and windows, but they all are locked. Suddenly, Daniel walks into the room and catches Grace. However, he doesn't want to paint his hands with blood and must call others. Grace begs for mercy and Daniel gives her 5 seconds to run away. Afterward, he calls all the other members. Daniel's wife Charity asks him to act a little more dedicated, but Daniel doesn't believe this cursed thing at all. Hours are passing by quickly, and Helene starts panicking about not killing the bride yet. Suddenly, another maid reaches there and Emily shoots again, considering her Grace, though none of them even blinks. They have seen such incidents a lot of times before. They consider turning on the security cameras, but some of them say it's against the tradition. Tony believes Victor might have used cameras if he had them, so it's not against the tradition. The family splits to find Grace and Alex. Meanwhile, Grace gets back to the family reserved room and takes the gun and bullets hanging on the walls. Alex gets in the security room to unlock the doors. Grace heads to the kitchen, but the doors are still locked. The butler comes there to make some tea, and Grace hides behind the counter. Grace sneakily puts the bullet in her gun and threatens the butler to move out of her way. Unfortunately, the gun doesn't work, and the butler attacks her. Grace spills the hot water on his face and runs away. Alex accidentally turns on the cameras, and Tony finds out that he's in the security room. He tries to break into the room along with Daniel, but Alex destroys the system before they come in. He begs to spare his wife, and Daniel says he would help her. Tony hits Alex's head and he falls unconscious. Daniel backs off from his statement and explains that he was just distracting Alex. Meanwhile, Grace tries hiding in the dumbwaiter again, but finds a maid there. She was scared to die too, but she's still on the family's side and shouts out. The maid accidentally hits the elevator button and crushes herself. The family gathers again and ties up Alex. Helene starts recalling the time when her husband drew the hide and seek card and got killed. Daniel saw it with his eyes too, but Alex didn't know how his uncle was killed. He never expected his family to be real killers and felt safe to bring Grace here. The security system can't be fixed, so the family splits to guard the doors. Grace has already gotten out from the upper floor and jumps down in the bush. She notices someone's following her, so she hides in the barn. It's just Georgie holding a torch. Grace feels safe and gets out, but the evil kid shoots her in the hand. Grace knocks him down, but a goat gets startled and pushes Grace in the deep dumpster. It's the place where the family throws dead bodies to decompose. Grace must get out by climbing the weak ladder. She almost reaches the top, but the ladder breaks and she has to use her injured hand. After treating her wound temporarily, Grace gets out of the barn. She is spotted by Emily, who informs everyone that she's heading towards the north fence. Grace finds a gap in the fence and tries getting out of it. Her skin is getting cut, but she bears the pain and gets put. She tries stopping a car, but it rushes away at full speed. Grace runs in the forest to hide till dawn. Meanwhile, Daniel and Charity are given the task to throw away the dead bodies. Charity asks her husband if he believes in the curse. Daniel totally regrets being a part of this family and doesn't care if the curse is real or not. He believes that all of them deserve to die anyway because of things they do. Back in the forest, Grace is caught by the butler who drives there in his electric car. The brave lady doesn't give up and uses her dress piece to choke the butler. Afterward, she gets in the car and asks the virtual assistant to call the police. But the butler is still alive and deactivates his car. He then reaches Grace and knocks her down. He informs Tony that they will reach the mansion in just a few minutes. While he was on the video call, Grace woke up and kicked his face. The car loses control and crashes. Grace survives the accident but gets caught by Daniel. She begs for his help, but Daniel knocks her down because Tony is right behind him. They take her back to the mansion and prepare her for the ritual. Alex has woken up too and asks his mother about Grace. He threatens to kill everyone if she dies. Alex never felt like a part of this psycho family. When he met Grace, Alex realized what normal is. He wants to live that normal life with his wife, but Becky believes the Ladomus blood runs in his veins. Sooner or later, he'll agree to the family too. Grace opens her eyes to find herself tied up. All the family members are surrounding her and chanting weirdly. They pass along a traditional drink and ask LaBelle to accept their sacrifice. Tony was about to stab Grace, but he's feeling unwell. Other members also start vomiting. Daniel had put something in their drink so Grace could be saved. He takes her out, but Charity gets in the way and shoots Daniel. Even while dying, Daniel advises Grace to save herself. She runs away to hide, but Becky encounters her. She starts choking Grace and pushes her to the ground. Grace uses LaBelle's box to smash Becky's face. In frustration, she keeps hitting brutally. Alex reaches there and gets shocked to see the evil side of Grace. He thought she was different. Grace tries to apologize, but Alex doesn't listen. He calls his family and they lay down Grace on the table. Alex stabs her, but Grace still tries running away. Helene notices that the sun has risen already. The Ladomus family waits for the curse to show, but nothing happens at first. But then they start to explode one by one. The curse was real, and LaBelle's soul appeared there too. Only Alex is left as he's still connected to Grace. He asks for her apology, but Grace refuses and takes off her wedding ring. Alex explodes in 1,000 pieces too. The house caught fire from the burning lamps and police reached there. Grace walks out and starts smoking in front of the mansion. When the police ask her what happened, she only replies, "In-laws,